Hey guys, so this is the Fall Glam Eye Tutorial featuring the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Palette. If you don't have this palette, you could use any palette that really has these colors that I'm going to use. They're more like just warm browns basically, but there are a couple of colors that are that I haven't seen anywhere else. So you might want to pick up this palette if you are going to do it, but you could definitely do something like this if you have a different palette that has similar shades. So I've already done my foundation and my brows and my concealing. It's just not important to the look, so I didn't think it was a good use of time. You know, this look is more about the eyes and then the cheek glow. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'll put everything that I put on my face. I'll put it in the description box below. I applied everything with a beauty sponge. That's just what I do. So I'll link all of that below. So I'm going to get started on the eye tutorial. I will zoom you in and then we will be good to go. Guys, you are zoomed. I've got my hair in this amazing bun right now. So I picked out this shirt special for this fall tutorial because it matches the eyeshadow. And then yesterday I got this crazy idea that I was going to dye my hair purple and blue. And it totally clashes with the shirt. So I was like, well, maybe we'll just get that out of the way. All right, so I've already primed my eyes. Eyeshadow primer, swear by it. You must do it. All right, so here's my brushes. So we are going to get started. So here is the palette. I will put this up for you. So I'll give you kind of a rundown of what we are going to do. So we're going to start with this shade here. Okay. And then I'm going to go down into this shade. And then I'm going to come down here and do this shade. Then I'm going to mix these two together. And then I'm going to mix probably this one and this one together for the corner. Because I don't want to hold this up every time. So I'll just kind of give you the rundown, then you can refer back to it if you need to. But basically you're going to start with the light. So this is going to be your transition shade. And then we're going to go to here because it's real warm. And then we're going to mix these two, and then we're going to mix these two here. All right. Okay, cool. So I am going to start. So to do my transition shade, I am going to use my It Cosmetics stained. This is my It Cosmetics crease brush. Love these brushes. They're amazing. This palette's also amazing. Highly recommend picking it up. I think it was like $34, but it's totally worth it because you get so many shades and you can see how big, like the pans are really big. So, and these are great because I can really do a whole look. I don't have to use other palettes. So, all right. Enough of my talking. Okay, so we're going to dip into that first shade, tap off the brush, and we are going to take that into the high crease area. So we're going to go in the crease, but we're also going to take it up because this is going to transition into the top. So the trick to really getting a good blend with your eyeshadows is to layer them. I learned this the hard way. I used to think that you could just slap on a color and it should blend beautifully and then you can just wear it. It doesn't work like that. You have to blend and layer colors to really get that good blend. So now we are going to move on to the next shade. So we're going a little bit darker. So I'm going to focus this one more on the outer crease, and I'm not going to take it up as high as the other one. See how we're keeping that lower? My makeup faces. See how pretty and warm that is? I love it. It looks like two different shades because of the lighting I have in here, but it's not. Okay, so now we're going to go into the darker shades. Again, we're really just focusing this on the outer crease to kind of give it some depth. It's interesting how all these colors in my monitor anyway are picking up kind of orange. They're not, they're more like reddish purplish. So that's kind of interesting. Okay, now we are going to go down into, I'll actually hold this up for you again because I know it's hard to remember. So I'm kind of down into the darker shades now. So right now I'm going to go into this guy and I'm going to mix it with this guy here. So that's different from what I said in the beginning, but now that I'm doing this, I realize I was incorrect. Alright, so right in the outer corner there. See how I'm really not taking it very far, I'm just working it into that corner crease and then kind of down. We are going to go down into this darker shade all the way on the bottom, and I am going to mix it with the same one I mixed the last one with, the shade all the way to the side, just because I just like to mix shades. That's just what I do. The Anastasia brush that came with my Renaissance palette. I was like, which palette? It came with my Modern Renaissance palette, so I actually like this brush. I continue to use it. So I am going to use this, and we are going to apply this copper red that is over here. This one right here. That shade. Okay, so what I do with this shade is I apply it on its own, right? So I'm going to take and just kind of pack it in the middle of the lid. I mean, I already have primer on, so it's going to up some. Okay, so now I take it, and I am going to take my e.l.f. Matte Magic Mix and Set. This is a spray, but it's great if you want to foil eyeshadow. So I'm going to take my eyeshadow and my spray, my eyeshadow, and the e.l.f. setting spray is only $3, so it's awesome. Okay, see how that really makes it pop? And as an added bonus, it really like keeps it on too. It's going to stay until you wash it off. But it's not sticky or anything. It's really nice. It reminds me of the the Max Fix Plus. Alright, so I'm going to go into that again. Do the same exact thing on the other eye. This one's going to pack on a little nicer at first because the brush is like slightly damp, but we are still going to foil it. I'm always like, I'm going to spray myself in the eye. Isn't that shade amazing? It's so good. It's so good. I love it. All right, so I'm just going to make sure that dries before I start moving my eyeball around. I'm going to use this same brush again, so I'm just going to clean it real quick. Okay, so I cleaned out that same brush. It is it is stained. And I'm going to go in with these lighter shades on the top right. So I'm just going in with like a shimmery, I forgot which one I use. This one, or this one. So these are the 3 shades. Aren't they pretty? Oh, it's not focusing. I wish it was. All right, anyway, we're going in with this one right here. So it's the middle shade if you're using the ones on the right. So we're going to do the exact same thing with this one. We're going to pack it on, but we're going to put it in the corner. You always want to keep the corner of your eye bright. So we're going to pack that on even over here in the corner. Okay. And now I'm going to do the same foil. I'm actually going to take that partially under the eye there. I'm going to kind of run this blending brush over it. I'm going to go in with one more shade. There's like a really light shimmery shade, the second one from the left in the top row. I'm going to go in with that, kind of in the corner to really give things a, keep things bright. So I'm just going to Alright, so now we're going to do the bottom of the eye real quick. We're just going to go kind of back into some of the shades we used. I usually do them 2 at a time, mix them together. You kind of get the same effect, so I'm just going to look up. I'm going to use my same IT Cosmetics brush, and I'm just going to gently add some of that under the eye. Don't laugh at my makeup face. Alright, so I am going to go into the darker shades just to add a little bit of extra. Because I'm extra. Beauteous. Okay. So I'm just going to check real quick if I have any fallout. If you already have powder on, this is the easiest way to get rid of any fallout. Just swipe it away. Done with the palette, I'm going to do my liner, and then I'll come back when I do my mascara. Alright guys, my eyeliner is done. I use the Maybelline New York Eyestudio gel liner. It comes with a brush that I don't care for, but I just have a different e.l.f. brush that I like using. I am not doing lashes today, mostly because I forgot to get some. So I'm actually going to be using the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I love this mascara. I have so many drugstore favorite mascaras, and I actually went ahead and, after I had a sample of this, I went ahead and made the expensive purchase for this because I liked it so much. It really, really bulks up your lashes, and especially if you're doing like a little bit more of a glam look like this, it really makes your eyes pop without having to wear lashes. Out at least a little bit. So for contour, I've got this Sephora contour brush thing and then an Ulta Contour Palette, pretty standard. I'm going to go into the two darker colors, mix them together, and then at least try. My face is uneven. I have nerve damage on one side of my face, so it just, and I had a surgery on it, so it just sits differently than the other side. So hopefully I can get these even. This is like literally the hardest thing of life for me. So when I do my contour, I like to really kind of scoop under the cheek and make that really prominent. I'll blend that in better, but that's kind of the gist of what I do. They never come out the same. Yeah, oh well. Okay. So now I'm going to do, I've got an e.l.f. angled blush brush here. I am going to take my Je ne sais quoi palette. This puppy right here from IT Cosmetics. I'm going to go into the bronzing color. I'm going to wait for it to refocus. So I went into the bronzing color there. So now I am just going to kind of apply that, really try to blend everything together. There we go. I'm going to take it up to my forehead here. Do the same thing on the other side. And blended, as you like to see, I kind of make a C shape around my face to kind of give it some definition. I'm not great at contouring, so do not, that's not what this video is about, believe me. So I am going to go ahead and do blush. So I'm using the Milani Baked Blush. It's in Rose d'Oro. If it's ever going to, it's not going to focus. In Rose d'Oro, it's 02. I'm going to take the highlight out of the Je ne sais quoi palette, out of this palette again. So it's this pink one in the corner. Oh no, sorry, that's a blush. I'm just kidding. It's this gold one. Oops, this gold one over here. And Mama likes her highlight to be blinding, so, you know, you don't have to get as crazy as I do, but I just really freaking love highlighter. I want to, like, put it all over my body. Ooh, and I can really make it look like I tried hard. Put some on the shoulders. Give you a little something. Okay. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this and just kind of put it above the brow bone. It just kind of lifts everything a little bit. Even though my brows are a hot mess anyway because I couldn't find my dip brow. So we are on to the final step, which is going to be the Milani lipstick. It's an Amore Matte Metallic Lip Cream, and the color is 01, Pretty Problematic. This color is beautiful. I'm so obsessed with it. I did have Vaseline on my lips. It's pretty much worn off. That's actually a trick for using matte liquid lipsticks because I feel like they can dry out your lips a little bit. This one's actually pretty good. It really doesn't, but there are definitely other ones that do. So I always exfoliate. I use to exfoliate. I think I have one right here. Yep, a brand new one. So these are $3 from e.l.f. It's a lip exfoliator. This one is in the flavor Sweet Cherry. So I'll open it up for you. It's just a, oops, I opened it up from the wrong end. So it comes in like a lipstick tube, but it's a sugar scrub. So you just take, yeah. So you just take and like rub it on your lips, and it has oils, and you can also feel it like scrubbing your lips. And then I usually just leave it on and then wipe it off when I'm ready to put my makeup on. But I do this at night too, and I'll leave it on. These are amazing for $3, seriously. This is a repurchase. I've been through at least 4 of these. I actually got a new flavor. They came out with a couple more flavors, so I actually got a coconut one that I'm dying to try. All right. So anyway, back to the liquid lipstick. I'm not going to bother lining with this because these are so pigmented that you don't need it. So I'm just going to go right in with the lipstick. Guys, so the end of my recording for some reason was like corrupt. So I just wanted to pop back on and show you the finished look of the fall glam tutorial. Obviously I had applied my lipstick and did all of that stuff. The last like 4 minutes of my video were corrupt. I don't know why. So please like and subscribe. This is my very first tutorial, so I know it went a little slow and it's maybe not the best that you've ever seen, but I promise I will get better. There's only, the only place to go from here is up, right? So, thanks, bye.